good morning. Today is Saturday, March 30th. I'm just sitting here at home waiting to go see Mary, but I thought I'd do my video real quick and do my birthday greetings. I realize that all of you understand that if I don't do a video to sing to you on your birthday, it's not going to be the end of the world. I understand that. So many of you have written to me and told me not to worry about it. I waited all year. If I am capable of doing it, I'm going to do it, even if it's a quick 2 or 3 minute video. I'm definitely going to do it. My plan was when I went to Alaska, I was going to sing anyhow. I was going to do some videos in advance so I wouldn't miss anybody's birthday. Because in my family, birthdays are very important, and I don't want to, put you to the side. But I completely realize, completely understand that my family comes first. I understand that completely. But if I'm in the car driving there, or, if I have a hot minute or something, I'll get on here real quick and let you know. But we do have birthdays today, because today is Barbara Kingman's birthday. So Barbara, happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Barbara. Happy birthday to you. Cha-cha-cha. It's also Karen Owen's birthday. So Karen, happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Karen. Happy birthday to you. Cha-cha-cha. And Paula Ramey, happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Paula. Happy birthday to you. Cha-cha-cha. And Sydney, who is Tracy Russell's granddaughter, today is Sydney's birthday. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Sydney. Happy birthday to you. Cha-cha-cha. Well, I hope all 4 of you have a great birthday today. And once again, I know if I miss your birthday because I'm busy with my sister or with my family, I completely understand. But then when I do get back on, I will sing belated birthdays. How does that sound? Does that sound fair? Does that sound like a compromise? I think so too. But anyway, I did go the other day to the post office. This was a few days ago because it's March 22nd. Today's the 30th. I went, but you understand, other things on my mind. But anyway, it's an Easter card. It says, Easter is the perfect time for remembering special people. Dear Sandy, they are warm, caring people God brings into our lives, the people who bless us in so many ways through the special things they do and say, and that's why you're remembered so warmly today. You're very special. Have a wonderful Easter. Happy spring. Love, little Debbie Clark. Thank you, Debbie. And then from Corinthians, the God of love and peace shall be with you. Thank you so much. I so appreciate that. I haven't been to my post office box for a few days, so I don't know that there's other ones in there, but I will definitely be checking. Mary's still in the hospital. She's going to a rehab center this afternoon, which is closer to Christy's house. It's not that far from my house. It's probably about 20 minutes from my house. But it's a really nice, it's a new facility that's just been built, so that's nice. So there shouldn't be too much time for the germs to have settled in there, I guess. But like I said, it's like less than 5 minutes from Christy's house. So that'll work out really well. And then so Christy will be able to see her. Well, Christy was going to see her every day, no matter where she was at. Christy's very close. My kids are very close with Mary. My sister Mary lived with me when they were growing up. My sister Mary lived with me for, let me think, a long time. Let me tell you, a long time. She moved in with me in 76. Was it 76, 75, or 76? And she lived with me until 86. So it's 10 years. My kids grew up with her. The joke was we always told Danny when he was growing up that Mary was his mom, because Mary was always so attentive to him for some reason. Danny was a choker, which scared the crap out of me. And so I had a hard time feeding him because he'd always choke on his bottle because he was like a little piglet trying to drink his milk so fast. And I always got nervous, and so Mary did. So I think that so it was just like a joke in my family that, he's that's her mother. So when we were in the hospital and Mary was kidding about, because his wedding was yesterday. Oh, here's a picture of the bride and groom. It was a beautiful ceremony. But anyway, when we were at the hospital and she was talking, and so the nurse was in the room, and Mary said, you would think he would have invited his own mother to the wedding. And she just kind of looked, and she says, this is your mother? And then Mary had to explain. She says, no, it's a joke in the family. No. And she says, oh, I thought maybe you were the biological mother, and this was the adoptive mother. pointing to me. And I said, no, she lived with us when he was growing up. And so, you know, like he always, instead of calling Mary, he always called her Mom Mary. Mom Mary. That's how he called her. So, so she says, oh, that makes sense. But we had a beautiful time at the wedding. I'm going to show you a little clip of them dancing. Sebastian was dancing with Brooke's mother, Tammy. So he's in the video too. But I'm not going to play any music, so it's like 20 seconds of just them dancing without music because I get copyright. I forget what their wedding song was. I can't remember what it was. But I know it's like a recent song. So here's the little video of their dance. I'm here with my fabulous grandson, Oliver. How was the wedding?
It was something. A child was crying, not my version of romantic.
It wasn't your version of romantic?
Huh?
Your dad cried.
No, Brooke cried.
Brooke cried, yes, she did.
I was just listening to Ernst laugh.
Here they go.
Can we stop for a picture?
Get it.
Tripled off the rest of the family.
I'm not eating that.
If you eat it, I'll give you $5.
No. You'll not make me eat it. No money will make me eat that.
Why is it so loud?
It was a beautiful wedding. It was really, really beautiful. It's just, I had such a good time considering the circumstances of Mary, and we had lots of issues getting to the wedding. He got married at a little mini mansion in Detroit, downtown Detroit, and we had to take I-94, which brings me back to my journey to get to see Mary yesterday. I left the house at 20 after 8 to do, and I told you in the car that I can do short little jaunts because I put my big girl pants on because it's like almost 30 minutes to get to the hospital where Mary was at. And I'm driving along, talking to you. And I thought, well, okay, I'm going to let you go. And then I, click you off. And I just passed, if anybody's familiar with the area, I just passed the North River Road exit. And just as I passed it, all the lanes stopped, completely stopped. And so I thought, oh, okay, somebody must have, sometimes when, like somebody switches lane and everybody kind of stops, it starts a chain reaction and everybody stops. No, not my luck. One of the tractor trailers, I don't know what happened, but they swerved or something. It must have happened just before I got to that point, and it flipped over and was blocking all 3 lanes. And so traffic came to a stop. So I was in a parking lot because then for some reason people weren't letting people over, and it wasn't coming over, and the lane wasn't moving, and it was awful. It was just awful. So I left the hospital at 20 after 8, knowing full well that I would get to the hospital by 10 to 9. And I got to the hospital at 10:05. It was, because even when you got off, then you have all the traffic of everybody got off, onto the main streets. So it was awful. And I'm sitting there, and I had to call Denise because I was almost in a panic mode. I was almost going to have a panic attack. I called Denise. I said, you have to talk me down. I said, because I am sitting in the middle lane in a parking lot, and I can't get over. Nobody's moving, and it's awful. And so she talked to me. And then finally, about 20 minutes later, I said, yeah, I haven't got anything else to say. I'm just going to sit here. We should be moving soon. Silly me. So we sat there, and I was just I couldn't even back up. I mean, if I could have backed up, I would have backed up and got off the expressway because it was awful. It was just awful. And then the police came to direct traffic, and it was, and then they had to come in the opposite way, and it was awful. But I watched on the news, and there was no thing of like a fatality or anything. So hopefully, whoever it was okay. But when I left the hospital. Well, I left the hospital about 12:30 or 1 o'clock. I had to be home by 2. We were leaving at 2 for the wedding. So I left the hospital about 12:30. And when I drove by, all the traffic was still blocked. And so I called Danny because Danny was coming to my house to get dressed. And I said, well, if you're coming this way, we're going to have to figure out another route to get to the mansion, or, you know, you just dress at your house and your dad and I, and he said, no, because Brooke's getting dressed at the house, I'm going to come over there. So I said, okay. So he came over, and then we found an alternate route. And then we got caught in more traffic in downtown Detroit. And I thought, oh, we're never going to make it. So the wedding was at 4, and we got to the house probably about 3:30. So the photographer came, and she was late. And Brooke was getting all mad because not mad, but, you know, upset. And she was trying to figure out what was going on. And I said, where is she coming from? And she says, oh, she lives over by you. And I go, oh, I hope she knew about the accident. And she, what accident? No, the photographer got there about 10 to 4. And she was so apologetic because she got caught up in that traffic, which was a little bit more organized by the time she was going through, but it was still a lot of traffic to get through there. So they took pictures before. I had taken the picture of Danny and Brooke, but I never thought to have anybody take a picture of me. I mean, the photographer took pictures. So when the pictures of the wedding come through, you know, I will share them with you. Because, you know, they took family pictures, and they took Brooke's pictures with her family. And it was just really nice. And it was her best friend got a license so that she could marry her. They've been best friends since grade school, so she married her. And it was funny because at the one point when she was giving Danny the vows, she read like the whole vow, and then she said to Danny, and he didn't know what to say because he couldn't remember everything that she had said. And he just looked at her and he goes, line? And everybody chuckled. And so then she broke it down a little bit. And so she broke it down a little bit more for Brooke. But it was a beautiful wedding. I had a really good time. My family was concerned. I do not eat meat on Friday, Good Friday. Well, I don't eat meat on Fridays anyhow. You know that. I don't eat meat on Fridays. But Danny was so concerned, so he was going to have a vegetarian meal for me. And I said, that's fine. And then he was like, no, I don't want to have a vegetarian meal, you know, whatever. And he's just like all upset. And I said, Danny, I will eat. And so they were just getting so, because he was hoping that, he was thinking that it was going to be an awful wedding for me because I couldn't eat. I go, I'll find something to eat. Trust me, I'll look for. So I think what he did, because he didn't say he did, but he had chicken parmesan over pasta, and then he had chicken Alfredo, chicken fettuccine Alfredo, and then he had pizza. He had a pepperoni pizza, and then he had a margarita pizza, and then he had an antipasto salad. And then beforehand, he had a charcuterie board. And so he had like cheeses and crackers and little pieces of bread and little different kinds of meats and prosciutto and stuff like that. So I had, before we had left the house, I had a hard-boiled egg and a glass of juice. So you can only eat 2 small meals and 1 bigger meal. So I considered the little appetizer, because I was hungry at that point. So I had some cheese and some bread for my little appetizer, which was more than enough for me. You know me and cheese. I love cheese. And so I was good with that. And then when they brought the antipasto salad out, he just kind of looked kind of like, I don't know, he must have said something in the kitchen or something, because when they brought the antipasto salad out, he was just, and so then I scooped onto my plate some antipasto salad, because they had bread, you know, bread and butter. So I took a slice of bread and butter, and I put the antipasto salad on my plate. And he looked a little relieved, because I think he was just worried that I wasn't going to enjoy myself. And I'm thinking, it's my son's wedding. Why wouldn't I enjoy myself? Of course I'm going to enjoy myself. So I picked all the meat out and put it to the side of the plate. And so then I ate the salad. And then when I got done, he just kind of chuckled because he saw the meat on the side of the plate. And then I had the margarita pizza, which is just cheese and tomatoes. So that was good. That was really good. But when they brought out all of the food, they had the fettuccine Alfredo in a separate bowl with the chicken that you put on top on a separate platter. And then they chicken parmesan over they had the noodles separate. They had pasta noodles, and then they had the chicken separate. So I was able to eat the fettuccine and then look at me. I did not starve. I had a really good time. They had put their own music on the phone, so they didn't need a DJ. So they put their own music on, and they did some dancing. And they had bought like cupcakes and stuff from Sam's Club. Instead of a wedding cake, they had cupcakes, and they had brownies and some cookies. It was a good time all the way around. It really was a good time. So, but like I said, Mary is holding her own right now. She's just holding her own. She's not getting better, but doesn't appear to be getting worse. So that's good. And then, like I said, they're moving her to a rehab facility this afternoon. I think she's going to be there 3 or 4 weeks. They have to check her ammonia levels because she gets confused. That's the only thing, that she still gets confused if her ammonia levels drop. So they're always checking her blood for that. And she still has her appetite. I'm thinking as long as you got an appetite, that's good. So she is eating. She's eating pretty well, although the food looks pretty awful. But she's still eating. So that's all that really matters. But thank you for your prayers. I'm so appreciative of them. Thank you if you have a channel and you're asking for prayers. I mean, all prayers obviously work because she's still hanging in here. She's still doing pretty well, and I so appreciate all of you thinking of me and my family. We think of you all the time. We keep you in our prayers, so thank you for keeping us in your prayers. I will check in again tomorrow and let you know how things are going. And so until then, we'll see you then.